Your aim is to get a finished recording that sounds like it was done in one take, with no mistakes at all. The giveaway to a listener that it has been edited is when they hear two words butted together that would never happen in real life, like here.
This is a sentence that sounds perfectly normal because it's not edited in any way. This is another sentence, but it's obviously edited because every word has been butted together to get rid of the breath. This kind of editing is acceptable in a radio or TV commercial where every split second counts, but it's not acceptable in a documentary or corporate type read where it's meant to sound natural.
Or, as we heard before, a clipped word.
With a clipped edit, quite often you miss the start of a word.
Or a double breath.
With a double breath, it just sounds ridiculous because one breath is fine. Two breaths just sounds ridiculous.
Or where you've put complete silence in, not even room tone, where the gap is longer than would be natural like this, which is even horrible.
It was in the depths of night, and Richard awoke with a start. I should have put a bigger gap there, so I'll just edit it in. It was in the depths of night, and Richard awoke with a start.
Right, let's work through this recording. Now, this may seem long-winded, and you may want to give up on me, but look, please remember, I'm stopping to explain things as I go along. Once you've learnt these techniques and memorized the keyboard shortcuts, you'll whiz along, you'll find you'll be very efficient indeed.
Right, so this is an earlier recording I made. It's got to be edited naturally. So first of all, we can see, just zoom in using the plus key here. That's all rubbish, obviously. Now, by the way, you don't have to go from left to right. You can, if you want, click out of that, go from right to left. It doesn't matter. Highlight it how you want, and then push the delete key to amplify its range. Now, usually at the beginning of everything, you always put half a second. So just click at the beginning, then push my 5. 5 means insert silence on my shortcuts, and yours may be different, but if you choose to use my lovely shortcuts, you're very welcome to. Insert silence, it's already on half a second, enter there, off we go. So there we are. It's just for transients. It's a lot of professional studios insist on half a second before you start actually speaking. So to amplify its range of corrugator lines to meet the wider needs. Oh, it was rubbish anyway. To amplify. What an amateur. Who is this voiceover? So we start again. We get there and drag backwards, or you could go the other way around, push the delete key, and then once again we push the 5, and then enter again. That leaves half a second at the beginning. So we click out of it. To amplify its range of corrugator lines to meet the wider needs of its customer base, Fosber has developed the brand new C-Line. 100%. That's okay, but I happen to have seen the video before. You haven't seen it, and I know there's a bigger gap there. And you don't need a breath there, really, just because I was lazy when I was recording it. So I'm going to push X there. That is silence. More on breaths in the breath chapter as to why I did that, but it's fine. It's now nice and clean. Brand new C-Line. 100% built, managed and serviced by Fosber Italy. The C-Line has been a good gap, but the breath is a bit sort of high. So we'll push the F key, fade. Let's take it down about 15, something like that. So, yes, that will be fine. Apply it, and now it's much more natural. But Italy, the C-Line has been specifically designed to have a significant... Didn't really need a breath there at all. So I think we'll just zoom in there and basically delete it. If I delete all of it, by the way, it sounds horrible. Specifically designed to have a... no. So we'll Control Z that. Just take at the main part of the breath. You can see the main damage there, so just try to see what that's like. Delete just that bit. Specifically designed to have a significantly lower capital. That looks like a little spike there. See that spike? Do you see that there? So I wonder what would happen if I push the Z key. Push Z. And I don't think anything's going to happen, is it? No, it doesn't really happen, so we'll just Control Z that. No problem. It doesn't sound bad anyway, but sometimes you get a lip smack, a little spike you can get rid of. A capital installation, and I'd also get rid of that as well. Capital installation and operating. Notice how I'm going back listening to every edit as soon as I've done something. You've got to listen to it in real time. Cost. The C-Line. Once again, you can put silence there. Highlight it, push the X key, that's now silent. Listen to it again. Cost. The C line comes in two versions for 250.
Again, the breath is a bit horrible, so the F key this time, -15. Listen to it back again. I should leave a bit more
Versions for 250 mpm and 300 mpm.
Probably get away with deleting most of that. Listen to it.
mpm and 300 mpm in either two.
And once again, shorten it. Probably in the middle. Delete.
100 mpm in either 2.5 meters or 2.8 meters working widths.
I think I was looking up the next part of the script, so obviously we don't want any of that. What you can do, because I know it's going to be a silence, is silence the whole lot, push the X key, and then you just drag the bit you want to delete and just delete it. And now everything's brought together.
Working widths. Without any compromise on
that sounds fine, doesn't it?
Build quality, the C line has been designed utilizing top-level international commercial components and is totally aligned.
Probably get rid of that. Delete.
International commercial components and is totally aligned to all the new safety standards, adopting the latest safety.
Oh dear, with a horribly written script. I think we'll just fade that one.
Standards, adopting the latest safety devices and systems, such power to lock on all the main guards, safety PLCs, etc. With its
once again, we know that's the beginning of a new section. X means silence,
etc. With its compact footprint and simplification of the layout, the C line
a good gap, but it's too big a breath. So what do? It's the F for fade, of course.
The layout, the C line has also been designed to require minimal, if any, civil work. It also means,
and reduce it a little bit there,
if any civil work. It also means the various C line machine zones can be very
horrible. The breath shouldn't be there at all. I'm going to highlight it and click delete.
Machine zones can be very efficiently retrofitted into existing corrugated lines.
Now here, I've had to take a big breath because I know it's a big sentence.
Can be very efficiently retrofitted
what did I do there?
Into existing corrugated lines.
This butts together, doesn't it? So we highlight it, push delete.
Into existing corrugated lines. Can be very efficiently retrofitted.
And that sounds horrible. So I am actually going to re-record that. I thought it would work, but it didn't. Even someone of my experience, darling, can get it wrong sometimes. So we'll just forget that. I'll make a note of doing that later. And to make a note, I'm just going to keep it. I'm going to undo that to show the gap. That edit doesn't work picking up like that. I have to record the whole lot or find another way of doing it. So once again, I leave an imperfection, an obvious gap to know that I've got to fix it later. If I tried to fix it and I would have forgotten about it later, the phone would have rang, I would have forgotten it completely. So we can
minimal installation time. These general...
Right, and once again we silence it there.
Minimal installation time. These general design features of the C line not only result in the...
Don't need that gap there. We'll delete that.
Of the C line not only result in a lower cap.
It's not bad. That I think I can actually do it better. I'm going to Control Z that. I'm just going to zoom in a bit and just get rid of half of it. Half the power.
Features of the C line not only result...
That's far more natural. See what I mean? And so you need to get into the habit of once you've done something on an edit, just going back a second, just clicking with your yellow line or whatever color you've made yours, back a few seconds and listening to it again.
Of the C line not only result in a lower capital cost for the equipment and parts, but significant...
I think just fade that one. F, enter.
And parts, but significantly reduces the overall cost for installation, commissioning, operation, and maintenance. The C line...
I like those gaps, and I sort of stopped breathing in there, so that's fine. That needs to be completely X.
Maintenance. The C line inherits much of Fosber's industry-leading S-line innovations, such as short order.
I think I can reduce that by about half.
Innovations such as short order capability and gapless order change.
That sounded a bit splashy, didn't it? Let's zoom in there. Is there anything we can do there by pushing the Z key? Should we try that? Does that do anything?
And gapless order change.
Yes, it does.
Making it the ideal solution for those plants who required...
So we got rid of a spike there. That just needs to be reduced.
For those plants who required top quality in terms of equipment, efficiency, and the board produced.
Well, I think we've done a variety of different edits there and different ways of fixing them. So hopefully that gives you an idea
of how you would do it. But when you're experienced, you'll be able to whiz through it and see with your eye where the issues are. See you in the next section.